Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Perez, Drescher, on the gate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to On the Gate podcast. Derek Drescher, Geo Perez. Apologies for my voice cracking. I'm finally hitting puberty.
That's good, man.
Yeah, fucking. I don't know what happened with my voice over the weekend. Just
You
left.
Yelling over the fireworks.
Not any more than I usually do.
Screaming at Kate.
Get the fuck out of the way. We got a great show for everybody today. I'm fucking happy. Did you enjoy your 4th of July weekend?
Oh, dude, I had a great
Yeah?
I got shroomed out. I took like an eighth.
A whole eighth?
Yeah.
All by yourself?
But I didn't take it all at once. I spread it out so it wasn't too crazy. So it was just like a good vibe the whole time.
Who were you with?
Or just my family.
No one else was on shrooms?
Yeah, a couple of my cousins.
Oh,
Like
get
two of
out
my
of here. I
cousins.
didn't know
Yeah,
that they fucked around like
they
that.
fuck with that shit. Yeah.
Yeah?
That's why I tried DMT with my little cousins.
With your little cousins.
Yeah.
These kids
I
are
mean,
probably
they're like
15.
30. No,
Oh,
they're like
they're
30 now. Yeah, they're in their 30s.
That's your little cousin now. He's 30.
Fuck, I'm damn near 40.
Yeah. We have a great show today. We have international comedian extraordinaire and newly married man, Danny Polishchuk, everybody.
What's up? How's it going?
Oh, you just got married?
Yeah, man.
Congratulations,
Got back
dude.
from fucking
Hell yeah.
Hawaii. And hilarious comedian and also bail bondsman, Damien Speranza.
What's going on?
Fuck the ops, yo. Fuck that.
I just said I was like, see how long it takes Geo for something smart to say.
Damien, you're white, right? Are you Italian?
Half Italian, half Puerto Rican.
Oh, so you're like me. You're half and
Yeah.
half. I didn't know. I used to not know if he was black.
I thought you were just straight Puerto Rican.
No,
You got like a
It's
Vin
Speranza.
Diesel thing
it's
going
my
on. a
the
little
fatter
bit.
my face gets, the more Samoan I look too.
Yeah.
So that also throws people off.
Yeah, bro. You should fucking try to get into WWE right now.
It's too late. I'm too old for that now.
Samoans are hot.
Yeah, not enough steroids.
Never too late, man.
The new tribal chief.
Vince McMahon is like 79 wearing do-rags.
He's a billionaire. He can afford all those injuries.
Bro, you know that was like 20 years ago already?
With the ECW
Did the
thing?
fucking do-rag shit?
Yeah, dude.
Time
that's
is fucking flying.
That's crazy,
John
bro.
Cena's ready to retire. It's fucking... We're getting old.
Remember when he said the N-word? Said the N-word to,
Oh, yeah.
To John Cena?
Yeah.
That comes up in my algorithm
All
like
the
once a
time.
week.
My
It's like,
favorite
I know you
one-
want to see this, Gio.
My favorite one was Booker T, when Booker T called Hulk Hogan the N-word.
Oh yeah. And immediately caught
Yeah,
himself
he was
after
like,
he said it.
There was one where he was in the ring. He's like, if you're not Caucasian, leave right now. John Henry?
No, Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
Yeah. Yo, old school WWE was the shit. Danny, how are you feeling, newly married man?
I'm hot.
You're hot?
Yeah.
You're hot right now.
Yeah,
It's
I'm hot
fucking,
right now.
New York is on flames right now.
Oh, it's tough.
Humidity is 100%.
I think I might not do podcasts anymore until this stops.
Because of sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look rough, buddy.
He's glistening, not sweating.
Yeah.
Glistening.
Oh, dude, I'm like, look at that shit.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. I was
Jew
trying to
pig
help out.
can't feel the heat, huh?
We have a lady coming for the paywall episode. You should give her those headphones and not say anything, not wipe them off.
Ugh, that's just so mean. Yeah, that's just,
That's just rude and
Danny's
gross.
Danny's too nice of a guy.
That's just gross.
not too nice. That's actually just a
No, it's
normal
no,
human
yeah,
thing
yeah,
to do.
yeah. I'm more just like embarrassed.
Yeah,
that
let me
I'm
wipe
so
these headphones
sweaty
off
that
for
I'm
you.
like, ugh.
How long were you in Hawaii for? 3 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. How you
Little
feel?
less.
Feel
Good.
now? You're Canadian. Is Heather American?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're good now.
Yeah.
You got your green card.
Not yet, but I don't know how it works, but I gotta look into it.
Does she ever like come at you like, you only want me for my green card?
No.
No?
No.
I mean, just shut that down immediately.
It's not.
We're not going to even go down this road. That's not happening. What'll be interesting is how long have you guys been together?
4 years.
So it's always interesting to see how long there's like usually a switch that happens after you get married. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm divorced, so I shouldn't talk too much. But
Dude, I was
there is a switch that happens once they get comfortable in the fact that they're now a wife.
Oh, you're saying for her?
Yeah. Not for you. No,
Oh, okay.
For her.
Yeah, there were so many people like when I was in Hawaii, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm getting married." And they're like, "Yeah, just give her half your shit now. And just don't do it."
Like one step closer
Like
to
the amount
divorce.
of guys who are just like scarred.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, my ex is not bad. It's just it does suck to go through. But
Yeah. How long you been divorced for?
3 years now.
How long were you with her?
8? No. Sorry, 10.
Married 10.
No, together
All
10.
right. How long
Married
were you-
for 4.
So it just fell apart right
Yeah,
after you got
I'm so
married.
bad with the over dates. Everything just kind of run together. I'm so bad with all
Yeah.
that. But yeah, we were together for like 5 years, married for 5, and then then divorced.
Now, bail bondsman, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten any immigrants before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's all we've gotten, but yeah, I mean.
So
yeah,
you
we've
could
gotten-
get Danny right now. Send him
Yeah,
back
but
to.
Canadians don't fucking do anything. Nobody looks for them.
No.
No,
Yeah.
they're the
They
good
blend
ones.
in.
Yeah, it's his family. It's Geo's people.
It's all my cousins, the ones I get drugs
Yeah.
from.
No.
I watched some of those bail bondsman TikToks of like, because there's like bail bondsmen who like make shows out of it, like,
yeah.
but not like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Right.
Like they make their own like YouTube.
Everyone's trying to be
show,
famous.
YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and they're like crazy.
Well, it's also dumb to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to, because you never know how it's going to go. So I never recorded anything that we did because sometimes you're in the gray area.
And you might incriminate yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how many times I took heroin off of drug addicts and then used that to get information about somebody else I was looking for? Yeah.
What?
I was like a dealer without getting paid. Wait, am I going to demonetize you guys?
No,
for
no,
that?
no, no,
Just
not at
no,
all.
no, we're good. We're
Just
good.
checking.
Heroin's fine. Yeah.
But this is what I always
That's just
say.
some real black ops shit. Like
Gotta do what you gotta
the
do.
Contra Wars.
Training day.
We're good.
Certain police, bail bondsmen, and definitely corrections officers, there's usually like a fine line of what separates them from
From the criminals.
criminals. Because think about it, if you're working on Rikers Island and you're doing doubles all fucking week,
Right.
You go home for what? Fucking you sleep for 4 hours, you get up, you come right back. There's not really much that's separating you. And then a bail bondsman, you're basically. I used to think you guys were like gang members with with like a
A buddy of mine says we're criminals with a badge.
with a badge.
100%,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
It's like there's a thin line between a Nazi and a World War II veteran.
That's
Wow, man, that's the second time you stretched since we've been here.
No, think about it, right?
the reach God.
Because if you look at it,
Well, I mean,
this person's a
German
Nazi.
soldiers, yeah.
Because Nazis
Wait,
are
how- wait,
World
how-
War II veterans.
He came in.
Well,
trying to
not
help him.
all. The thing is there is like an odd distinction in that not all
The German soldiers.
soldiers were Nazis. Like subscribed to the party, they just love their country,
Right.
And
Yeah.
then so
Or they
Trump
had, some of
supporters.
them had no choice, I would imagine.
for sure, but there was like they weren't all like fucking the Nazis you see in movies. Some of them were just like, yeah, I just love my country and I'm at war,
Yeah.
and then they weren't like, dude, you know how many fucking Canada and America just took in after?
Nazis?
I mean, German soldiers, yeah,
Really?
fuck yeah.
I thought
World
they
War
were
II veterans.
I thought that they would find out who they were and charge them with war crimes.
No, I mean the ones that did war crimes, but there was ones who were just like, I was a pilot.
Right.
I watched Clothes.
Yeah, I watched.
I
yeah,
just-
you're like, I
I-
watched
I
clothes.
was-
You're like, I wasn't like,
Yeah, like a
fucking
cook.
Yeah.
running the gas
I was a
chamber.
Sick the
typist.
dogs
I
on 'em
was
or
a
anything.
typist.
Yeah, I mean, legitimately.
I was
there's Canada has tons
Really?
of. Yeah, I mean, America has lots too. I mean, the whole space program here.
NASA.
Wait,
Yeah,
Nazis.
Natsa?
Werner
line
von,
between
Werner von Braun,
Nazi and-
Operation Paperclip or whatever. Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
dude, they literally after the war they wanted all the
scientists.
rocketry technology. America wanted it, and they took all these German scientists who were like, I guess you would say they're Nazis,
Right.
but they weren't.
Right.
I guess, or
They just
changed.
worked for Hitler.
Right.
Yeah, just like scientists work for us. And
All the World War II guys are almost dead now, though. We're almost at the end of
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
yeah. There's some still around.
it. Yeah. There's been those guys are like 100 years old.
Yeah,
now,
they're
right?
like
Very
getting
close.
to be. Yeah.
You ever have to
A Nazi?
Not a Nazi.
you ever have to take down hunt Nazis?
Not a Nazi, but a veteran, a war vet. Maybe an Afghanistan guy. Did that ever
No,
happen?
none of that. None of that. I mean, I've gotten people that are like, but nothing bad. It's like not like they went on a shooting spree and way to chase them down. But like,
Right.
yeah, I mean, you've got people that come back to have drinking problems and they make poor decisions when they're drunk and hurt somebody or whatever. And
Before you go to get somebody, like, do you have like all their paperwork, like what they're known for, if they carry weapons?
yeah, I checked.
all
I always
that
check the
shit?
rap sheet
Yeah.
just to see what I'm getting myself into.
Now you went all the way to fucking Washington to get a guy.
I did. I
once.
got a guy to Tacoma.
You flew.
You're allowed
out.
to go anywhere in the United States.
Yeah, so actually, people don't know this, but when you deal with a bail bondsman, once all the paperwork that you sign gives the bondsman and the bounty hunter more authority with you than the police.
Really?
Yeah, like I
But
don't
you're not
need
allowed to carry a
warrants.
gun, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
In certain states, you have to, like in Connecticut, you have to be certified and licensed to be a bail enforcement agent, is what they call it. And then, you got to get a separate pistol permit and all that kind of stuff.
You allowed to carry in New York?
So if
Dog
we
the Bounty
call,
Hunter
if
never
we
had a
call,
gun.
well, Dog had a criminal record from when he went to Mexico to
right.
get that person and had to do time or whatever. So he couldn't carry. But yeah, we checked the
Yeah,
rap
because
sheet.
didn't he
and
do
all
like
stuff.
20 years for murder or some shit? Or
No, it wasn't murder. I mean, I
attempted
forget.
murder or
The thing that got him too was when he went down to Mexico. There was a big fugitive that went down to Mexico, and nobody was supposed to go get him because that's something we can't do.
Right.
Like, and he just went anyway and basically got arrested down there for trying to kidnap the guy and all that kind of crazy nonsense. It's insane. But I mean, America's the same way. Like if you get arrested in Connecticut and you go to Massachusetts, technically I'm not supposed to go to Massachusetts to get you.
Right.
They don't support bail enforcement agents.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just
we do anyway.
Massachusetts
But
or
there's
all
a
the
couple. There's a
states?
couple of states. There's a couple of states that don't like recognize bounty hunters and don't want you to come in there. You have to work with like a private investigator, which I had to get my PI license to do some other stuff. And
Right.
yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
wait, so like if you jump bail, right? If you skip on bail, go to Massachusetts.
Yep.
Because they're not going to come.
Stop smiling like you're planning to do
No,
something.
I'm not. I'm just saying in case. I'm telling our fans.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you're not supposed to, right? We can work with PIs that are out there, with the police that are out there, but at the end of the day, if the money's big enough, I've gone, and other people I know have gone. I mean, you're gonna go, you're gonna get in, get out. You know, the guy might be in the trunk, but you're gonna get out of the state before, they find you. Yeah, they find you.
So, and as a bail bondsman, like say someone comes, their bail's like 50 grand, and they give you 5,000 collateral, which is like cash or something like that, right? So, then if they jump bail, right, you need to get them back. So
Yeah, so in Connecticut, you have 6 months to get people back.
So when you start this business, you need to have money in the bank already, correct?
You have to have some, but you work with an insurance company. So the insurance company backs us, and they give us a power of attorney worth a certain amount of money. So it'll be like, if it's a $50,000 bond, the piece of paper from the insurance company says $55,000 to cover it.
Right.
Sign that over, give that to them. So you're not actually giving money.
Oh, you don't. So you don't go.
I
with
don't
straight
give money.
cash.
I just take the money, and then as long as everything goes well, I get to keep the cash, and I get that paper back saying basically you're good.
Right.
So that's how that works.
What's the biggest bail you've had to
Go catch?
or catch or like it's
750,000.
God
both.
damn
Close to $1 million. What was it? Murder?
a house
Attempted.
Attempt murder.
Yeah, attempted murder.
Fuck.
in Connecticut?
Yeah.
And then, like, how much do you get of that? Like, is
So when it gets that
is there
high-
a commission
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a criminal?
So
You're
when it
getting
gets
75 grand off that, I would imagine.
when it gets that high, it becomes negotiable.
Okay.
Right? Because there's a lot of shit that's involved. So
right.
There's more risk.
Yeah,
This guy
the-
won for attempted murder.
right.
So, yeah.
It everything is up. They're going to pay me to travel if the person's out of state. If I got to bring in more guys, they're going to pay those guys. I mean, there's a lot of if I'm doing stakeouts, food, car rental. Because if you're on the run from Connecticut and you come down to New York, not in New York, let's go further south, like down in North Carolina. If I drive my car down there with Connecticut plates on it, you see a Connecticut plate, you're like, oh shit, they're there for me. So I got to rent a car when I'm down there. So they cover all those. So there's a lot of different things. It's negotiable.
Out of all the bombs you give out, right? You still own the company, you said, right?
Yeah, still.
Do you not work as much anymore? Do you have a couple guys working for you?
Yeah,
or-
so I have a business partner. He runs the admin part of it. He runs the office. He's the shout out Marco, lifeblood of the business. And then we have bail enforcement guys that we hire that come every week and go out with Marco to kind of go do things. I pop in about once a week.
Are they piece workers or do they have like an hourly wage? Or
Nope,
do
they come in for a set amount. They know what they're making that day because sometimes they don't catch anybody. So it's just investigative day. So they know what they're making each day. I'm not going to put their business out there, but they know what they're making each time they come out. They back up Marco and all that stuff. If they ever need me in the past, I have popped back in. But I did
try
it.
not to anymore?
Yeah, I mean, dude, when I was doing it full time, there was one year we arrested over 700 people.
Jeez.
Yeah, and that's why I used to laugh at some of the cops.
2 a day.
That's better than NYPD right now.
Dude, a lot of cops. There's a lot of cops that'll go their whole career and not arrest anything near that. And they used to hate us. Now it's a little different, a little bit better.
Right. The relationship.
Well, because now with the way the laws are here with people, like, you get let out of jail nonstop. Nobody's checking for these people to go and look for them to make them pay for anything. They're just going and running. No one, because they've really hit the bail industry hard. The bail bonds in a lot of states. I mean, New York.
Bail reform is crazy.
Yeah. So the cops now
Probably
are
put
like, we
people out
kind
of
of,
business,
But now the cops are like, we kind of miss having these guys around because, like, if this person ran, I had 2 sets of people kind of looking for him and bringing them back in.
Now, Danny, you're not running anywhere if the cops are coming for you.
No.
Yeah. You're staying still.
He's going to Germany.
What would be your crime? Let's speculate. What do you think? What do you think he would be? What do you think he'd be guilty of?
Money laundering?
Yeah, it would be money
Tax
laundering,
evasion?
tax evasion.
Oh, the white collar shit.
Something with crypto.
Statutory rape?
No.
I'm joking.
No, I'm keeping above board. No, it'd probably be like a drug offense.
Have you ever been arrested before?
No.
Like a
Never.
light possession?
Have the police
No.
ever even spoken to
Like
you?
close call?
Yeah, actually, when I was in like high school,
What
like,
happened?
Some weed thing. It was like I was like smoking weed in a parking lot. And they like called my parents.
Oh.
Yeah, but they probably didn't even handcuff you, right? They probably just like,
They put me in the back of a cruiser. But
Did you cry?
No, my parents were pissed though.
Sometimes you'd rather go to jail, let the parents cool off a little bit. Dude, you don't want to go home.
I've told the story before. I got arrested one time, and they waited for my mother to come to where they had arrested my, and so the cops beat the shit out of me. Then my mom beat the shit out of me while I was there. Yeah,
still handcuffed.
Still handcuffed.
Yeah, I can see his mom just walking into the interrogation room, taking off her gun.
Yeah,
She's like, all right, Derek.
Still fucking
She
handcuffed.
just sees him, starts cracking her neck, and she's like, all right, this is going to happen.
Beat the yeah. She turned her ring around. I
All right,
remember.
all right, officers, leave the room.
Yeah. That was it.
Beat you with a phone book.
She beat the fuck out of me. So bad.
He
So bad.
memorized every number.
Dude, out of all the bonds you give, how many do you think how many just go right through, no issues?
So it used to be a lot better. Back when there was more bonds being set, maybe 15 out of 100 would miss their court date. And then out of those 15, like half of them you could call and just say, hey, man, let's take care of this. They'll come in. And then out of the 7 or 8 that are left, you have to go look for them. And then out of that, maybe 2 of them would be assholes you had to actually fight and like wrestle with and stuff. Most people, honestly, when you catch them, they want to get it over with. And that's like, I could have carried, but I didn't carry a gun most of the time.
Right.
Half the time I was dressed like this, t-shirt, basketball shorts. Because my thing is I always find if you talk to people, most times they're like, yeah, you got me. Let's just get the shit over with. And I'll let you make a bunch of phone calls to get everything squared away. So when I bring you in, you get right back out.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever pull a gun out on you?
Oh my God, a couple times. I've been shot at. The time that I thought I was going to die, I was in Connecticut, knocked on the door. I was looking for this guy. It was his girlfriend's house. It was my girlfriend's mom's house. She let us in, and he was sleeping on the couch. And I had like tunnel vision. So I saw him. I walked in. I kicked the couch. And I'm like, yo, we got to go. And he wakes up, and he sees like the badge hanging and shit. And he's like, I'm not going nowhere. I was like, dude, let's not, it's your mother-in-law's house. Let's not make this a thing. Let's just go. And at this point, he had you were talking about rap sheets before. He had a rap sheet.
Yeah.
So I had my 9 on me, whatever. So he's like, I'm not going anywhere. And I said, well, I was like, and I was bigger than him. I'm like, dude, I'm going to drag you out if you don't leave. He goes, you're not doing shit. And he goes, yo.
Did he even open his eyes?
Bro,
He just laying there like,
bro,
I'm not going
when I
nowhere.
tell
I want to know what this guy looked like.
He was Geo, but black. So he
Black Geo.
So he leaned around me and goes.
So he was a drug.
He was Jerome.
He was selling.
Jerome.
But he did. He leaned around me and goes, yo, like that. And I didn't notice he had 2 other boys that were sleeping on the couch behind me.
Ooh.
So they woke up and they stood up.
You didn't check your corners.
Nah, I was so tunneled. I was by myself too.
Right.
Stupid.
I like the whistle though.
So yeah, and he did that shit. I'll never
I've been
forget.
hearing so much about the whistle
Bro,
lately.
they stood up and I just pulled my gun out because they pulled theirs out and I had mine in front of me. I looked at him. I said, they're going to get me, but I'm going to take you first. Yeah. So we could go or we could both not leave this house.
Oh shit.
And he thought about it for probably only like 3 seconds, but in that moment it feels like eternity. I'm just waiting.
Good old
Oh yeah,
Mexican
dude, you're
stand-up.
back.
And I had
yeah.
the laser sight on my shit, so I like put it up, so the laser was like right on his chest. I was just sitting like this. And he goes, fuck it, man, let's go. I got the bread anyway. And they had the guy sit down, and he just let me take him. But that was the one time I was like, damn, I'm gonna kill somebody and then get killed right after it.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was rough.
Wow.
God damn.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
God fucking damn. I know a few times I've had a gun pointed at me at my back, and it's just like,
It's a weird feeling,
It's-
man.
yeah.
It's a weird, especially, and like what's funny now is like, so now I'm a firefighter, right? And it's like these guys, we talk about fires and
no,
shit.
you're a
but-
complete, you're a stroker, like to the T.
what's a
Fucking,
stroker?
He's like
Jack Reacher?
nah. A stroker is like he's like a civil servant.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I don't know
yeah.
what that. I don't know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I've never
I
heard
thought it
that.
was something like some gay shit.
Like no. Like that's what it's not like a bad thing, but like you usually have like a radio on you.
Yeah,
fucking
no, I'm
hear
not
the
like, no,
call.
I don't do that.
You
Dude,
know
I'm the
what I
worst
mean?
firefighter you'll ever meet, by the way. I literally did it for insurance for my kids.
You get there
Like,
by
I
the
don't-
time it's out.
he's a
Yeah.
It's already
vigilante.
done.
Like, and it doesn't, but the thing is, the funny part is everybody talks about like risking your life and stuff. And like, I'm like, dude, this is nothing. Like,
It's not really
burning.
like there's not that many fires. Right?
There's not, and then honestly, the buildings are built so well now, and there's so many fire codes. It's not the same. Like I'm like, oh, this shit's nothing compared to what I dealt with before. Like, yeah, I'll go in the building.
My
this
friend's
is
a
in Connecticut?
firefighter in Toronto, and he's like, most of what he does is just scraping people off the highway.
Yeah, medical calls of car accidents. It's fun.
Well, because they're first responders.
Yeah.
And there's way more firefighters than there are EMS.
EM,
Like there's
yeah.
because there has to be a rule where there has to be like a fire, way more whatever. So he's like, we're always the first to the scene of every car crash, and
Like, yeah, he's dead.
Oh, well, basically, he's
Yeah.
just like picking up body parts off the highway and shit.
It's fucking hilarious, dude. It's I should say it is. Listen to me. It's have you ever done a show for like? I mean, I'm sure your buddy has a great sense of humor. Nothing offensive.
Yeah, no,
right?
he actually does comedy. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. It's like firemen, like it helps my comedy because when something, I mean, you know, when something tragic happens or something big happens, comics are immediately trying to think of something funny to say.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of wait just a little bit to make sure it's enough time has passed to make the joke. Firemen are the same way. Like we're getting back from a car accident, making horrible jokes.
Yeah.
About, but it's our way of coping with stuff.
Right over
Yeah,
the body.
Yeah, I mean, but you just kind of just cope with it. Like you're like, well, I'm not gonna get sad about it. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
It'd be
you
like,
probably
yeah,
get
like-
desensitized.
Like,
at
yeah, the
some
car
point.
didn't make it off the exit, but his head did.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, like shit like that. Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I could see that. Fucking.
Yeah, doctors are the same way. Nurses are dark.
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching this documentary the other day, and it was about like just some malpractice shit that was going on, and the messages between the doctors and the nurses was fucking horrendous. They're like basically they were calling this kid is like dying, and they were like, yeah, she's faking it.
Dude,
Really?
Yeah, dude, it was. I'm sure they all lost their licenses once that all came out. Maybe not,
man.
Maybe
Because
not.
you got to again, it's a coping. Like you know, like his buddy telling him, it's like, oh yeah, we just scrape it. Normal person doesn't go, yeah, we're just scraping bodies off the street. You know, what I mean? A normal person's like, oh my god.
Normal
man, I
person
just
sees
saw.
that, they're like, get PTSD. or
When my
something.
kid was born, I passed out. Right
Pussy.
once they.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
like
too.
I cried.
I wasn't.
And that's more
I
bitch shit.
wasn't prepared for what I was about to see when they were doing the C-section, which was like tube in the mouth, eyes taped shut. I fucking hit the floor.
Really?
Dude, yeah, I hit the floor, and
That's why I didn't look at that shit. I stayed behind the curtain.
and then after they took me out of the room, obviously, the doctor's like, get this fucking guy out of here, this fucking puss, right? And then.
Let's bring in the real father.
When they bring the child
Go
out.
go put him in a moo-moo. Put him in a moo-moo and get him a bed.
Oh, dude, I was scrubbed up. I had the gloves and everything, the mask.
All amped up like you're gonna do something, and then
I
you
was
on the
like, what?
floor.
I remember her mom took a picture of me before I went in, and like 3 seconds later, I was on the floor. And after they bring the baby out, I'm like, oh, where's where's my lady? And the nurse goes, oh, we're putting her back together.
It is.
Yeah, we'll be right out. And then just her saying that to me, I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They don't care.
I saw the stitches because I thought in my mind it was like a cut across the belly, but it's like
It used to be like that.
I think because my mom's
cesarean scars are insane.
Yeah, because it's just like under, but like now, like it's like a 6-inch scar. You
Yeah.
just cut it enough, spread it out, and just pull it.
Yeah,
in.
So we're not going to
The
acknowledge
forceps.
how his voice just cracked when he said "mom" like that.
Yeah, dude,
We're
I-
gonna let that go.
I don't know what the
we're just
fuck
gonna
is,
we're gonna let
is
that go.
going on, man. My voice like, Mom, Mommy, Mom. Yeah, I remember my mother shit was. Jesus, let me stop.
All right, let's talk
Stop
about
saying
your
mother.
Yeah, just let it go, man. Just let
I
it go.
can't say mom. I'm sorry I missed your party on the 4th.
It's all good.
Was it good?
It was a fun time.
I just didn't feel like
We had a little
8
barbecues-
Canadians on a
barbecued some
rooftop.
dogs.
8 Canadians on a rooftop. It's
All
like
right, well, you missed out. What'd you do?
I had to stay with my
Oh, it was your
girlfriend because she planned all this shit for me.
Like what?
She made me like a nice ass dinner.
Aw.
hot
Who
dog-
wants a nice ass dinner on 4th of July? I want hot dogs.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
shouldn't she ask you what you want for your birthday? I mean,
Yeah.
isn't that how that works? Or did you tell her that's what you wanted? You're just not telling us.
I
that
like
that's
to
what you
be. I
wanted?
like to be waited on hand
Okay,
and foot.
so she knows what she was doing. Then.
I-
Okay,
I
she did the right
yeah,
thing.
I ain't no bozo. I like to be treated like a king. I deserve. I feel like I deserve. I deserve that.
Sure.
That touch. But yeah, she made some hot dogs for me, some coleslaw, macaroni, potato salad, and then we watched the fireworks from Karen's apartment. It was right, bro. It's right,
Right
there.
there,
Yeah,
the
it's
water.
right there.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
fucking there.
They
It was-
switched it this year though. It was only on the Hudson this year, I think.
Is that it?
Yeah, well, normally I think it was because last year we could barely see it where we were in Brooklyn.
Did you see it good this year?
No, this year we barely saw it. The last year's I think it was on the East River, so you could see it, and then this year they
You're
switched
right.
it.
You're right because last year, from when I was living here in the East Village, I saw it from my rooftop. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
because she's over on the west side, so she's over by
Yeah,
the Hudson.
she's on.
Yeah.
Well,
It's nice
yeah,
to have successful friends.
dude, I'm in the laundry room of Karen's building, right? And I'm doing laundry and folding my laundry. And bro, it's fucking hot, right? Plus the clothes just came out of the dryer. I'm fucking dripping pouring. I'm just dirtying the clothes I just watched.
Nice.
And this Indian guy is just fucking staring at me for like a couple
He just
minutes.
knows you don't belong.
Yeah,
It's like, this guy does
I'm
not
like,
belong in
it's
the building.
making me uncomfortable. And I'm in my head, I'm like, oh, he probably fucking recognizes me from something. And,
You cocky
And then
bitch.
I mean,
You cocky bitch.
Rubenstein.
he walks
Hey,
out.
we went to the hockey game.
Dude, yeah, we're on the fucking the lure on the way back to the city, and guys like Rubenstein. So he comes back in, and now he has his wife with him, and he's like, brother, sorry to bother you. I can't even do it. He's like, are you the coach from the video? And I was like, yeah, that's me. He's like, oh, I'm such a big fan. I follow you on Instagram. And dude, I'm like, he's like, this is my wife. I'm like, I don't know if he's like gonna offer her to me or something like and he's
You take her?
Would you take her?
no, hell no.
Don't say it like what, because she's Indian?
Oh.
Is that
Yeah,
right? Wow.
yeah, exactly. And then I told him
racist.
these sketches aren't for you.
Unbelievable.
This stuff is not for you. All right, you're not who I want in my fan base.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, you do want the non-white people who like a little bit of racism.
I know.
100%.
I didn't say that, but I was a dick to him. It's because he goes, he's like, I follow you. I like all your stuff. And he goes, well, where do you perform? And dude, I was so hot. I just went, if you follow me, you know where I perform. And I walked out. And I just
Wow.
walked
Damn,
out.
it's already
Yeah.
getting in your
You
head.
realize
No,
that
it's not
Indians
getting in
have
my
like
head.
millions of people. He's telling all his
I know.
family.
I'm I lost like 500 followers 3 seconds after
immediately.
that.
Yeah, it's like
It was him and his whole family.
he's not allowed to go to any 7-Eleven
kids.
within
He's in
8
the
blocks.
fucking WhatsApp chat. Unfollow Derek Drescher right now. I wish I could
Massive
do a better
unfollow.
Indian. I just it was so fucking hot. The heat really fucking
Yeah.
gets to me. I used to
me
do
too.
a lot of my crimes during the summer.
I mean, that's when what was this? When the heat goes up, the heat comes out.
And the heat goes up, the heat comes. That's. Did you have a lot more bail bonds in the summer?
Yeah, for sure.
Because
We do
nobody
a lot
wants to
more
go to
bonding.
jail. Like you go
When
on
it's
a
nice
run
out.
and then turn yourself in the wintertime.
Yeah.
You never turn yourself in right
Yep.
before the summer ever.
Yeah.
Criminal logic right there.
Little tip, guys.
Little
And
Go to
also-
Massachusetts for the summer.
And all-
Cape Cod. Chill at Cape Cod, and then
it's the same thing when you're a junkie too. Is like you go to detox and rehab during the winter because you could sleep outside during the summer,
Right.
or do
You don't
whatever
want to miss
hustle
the
you gotta
summer.
do. Yeah.
You don't want to miss the summer. Being in jail in the summertime is the fucking worst.
Getting caught
Because there's
on a
no
Friday.
AC. There's no
Dude,
air
being in
conditioning.
jail in the winter is the worst too because there's
can
no
you like
heat.
die though if it's too hot, or do they
Yeah.
just not care?
Yeah, of course.
They just don't care
I
though.
don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck less.
Do any prisons have air conditioning?
Yeah, one of them. Like I know the new one where I was at.
I think they
had,
keep it at the
You have a fan?
same temperature.
I think it's just like central air. It's
Yeah,
just
that's fine.
chill. It's just
Yeah.
like the whole. There's just vents in every cell.
they have to keep it at a certain temperature due to to not spread sickness if it happens
Gotcha,
or,
yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But it's cold in the winter and it's hot in the fucking in
Yeah.
the summer.
And in the wintertime, the summer, the wintertime, they still like the places that have AC, they'll keep it on full blast because when it gets hot, it smells like shit.
Oh,
in
dude.
there.
Right.
So they're just like, let's keep it cool in here.
Just think if
'Cause
there's
these
100
fuckers
men
don't
in a
shower.
dorm,
Yeah,
that's 200 balls.
yeah,
that smells.
That's
yeah.
it's
it's a lot of balls.
I mean, I think about it a lot because you see a lot of like the Uber Eats, like the delivery guys here, and there are
They
a lot of them
stink.
are but a lot
They
of them
stink,
are like
right? Them fuck-
African or Indian, and like you'll see them right now. They'll have like a winter jacket on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I just saw a guy in the
It's
fucking
crazy.
train with
They have,
an
like,
African
dude-
guy with a puffy vest
Dude,
on.
puffy vest, like long sleeve shirt, long pants.
Yeah.
You're like, that's how I dress in the winter.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the fucking hottest day of the year, and they're just, I guess where they
They're
come
used
from,
to like
it's so hot.
120, like
Yeah,
type of
yeah. This is
temperature.
like
This is
just
nothing.
modern.
Yeah, if you're like roofing, I get like you wear long sleeves and like a bandana and maybe like a
Yeah.
hat because it'll
Yeah,
protect
yeah.
you from the sun.
Yeah.
But it always used to make me be like, what the fuck? Because I see like these Bedouins from the Middle East wearing like animal fur in the fucking desert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, but the desert at least gets cold at night.
in the
Right.
evenings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't get cold in the evenings here. I think they just have such a higher tolerance threshold for
Makes sense.
heat.
for heat.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, over there in the Middle East, they basically the whole body's covered.
Yeah.
I'm like, wouldn't you want to wear like shorts and a tank top?
Dude, if you were in the Middle East and you dressed up like a woman, I would not know the difference.
But all of them dress up like
I
women
know, but
anyway.
He has, right? If he
Dude,
just
that's
covers his little
honestly
face.
maybe the most like or one of the best parts is when you see them in the dudes just wearing these like flowing dresses. And you go, fuck yeah.
free balling.
Oh, man, I would love that.
Nothing underneath them.
Just a moo basically, like a fitted kind of moo and
But with like a dope like priest collar.
Yeah.
for sure. But I'm like, fuck, man, one of those.
Every time I turn around, one of my Muslim friends is posting on Instagram "Happy Eid" wearing these fucking things. How many fucking Eids are there?
What's an Eid?
Dude, I have no idea.
I thought Eid was their Christmas.
No.
That's do
I
you
thought
know?
it was the end of Ramadan.
I have no fucking. I
don't know.
I have no idea. But I'm like, it's always like, okay, let's go. Let's what we got here. But this is for 2025.
Evening. Oh, it's only one day.
That's it?
I think it's the end of Ramadan because they fast.
Yeah, I
right?
think that is the
They
end of
fast for
Ramadan.
like whatever month or 40 days or some shit.
No idea.
I
I'm
did
the
it
least
too- I
intelligent
did it-
person at this table.
I did it 2 years ago.
You didn't
You
drink
fasted?
water during
No,
the day?
I drank water.
Well, then you
So
didn't,
you didn't
do
do
it.
it.
I did it in what? I
Crazy they don't drink water.
I stood in what's the word? Fucking, I don't know.
Shiva.
Like allegiance with them. No, shit was when somebody dies.
I mean, that's-
dude. What the fuck?
I just try to say Jewish
Solidarity?
Solidarity. There
I
we
stood
go.
in solidarity.
There
What
we
are you,
go.
fucking social
Why, you
justice
had
warrior?
you had that
Well,
many friends?
one of my
Stand in
he wa-
solidarity with my brothers.
I had a
in the
very
trans
good
nation.
a good friend at the time. We're no longer friends anymore, and I stood in solidarity with him. I even though I drank water, I did it better than him.
Yeah.
What's it called again? Mabaraka?
Yeah. Well, I
So
think
you
that's
did
what
it, and then
they
you guys
say.
broke up?
Yeah, we broke up. We've talked about it a bunch. What the fuck is the name of that fucking holiday again? The 30-day holiday?
Lent?
Ramadan.
No, Lent's
Ramadan.
the-
Yeah, Ramadan.
Ramadan.
Yeah, Ramadan.
Yeah, they
I
don't-
did it better than
Literally,
him.
when the sun's up, they don't.
I was
eat or
even
drink water.
crushing him. I would have a couple sips of water.
Yeah.
I would have, but I wouldn't eat until sundown.
That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Man. That was hard.
I mean,
especially doing that in like the Middle East.
But I got my weight down to like 185 at that point.
I bet you
Yeah.
didn't
I
fucking
mean, you
eat.
were barely alive at that point.
But you're allowed to eat from sundown to sunup, so you could go bananas.
You have to.
Yeah.
But-
But I was eating healthy.
I mean, really, you're just. I mean, there's a lot of just fitness people who just do that.
Apparently,
one
there
meal
are
a
two
day.
Eids.
Oh, there's two.
Thank you.
What's
When's
the
the
other
second
Eid?
one?
The first one is the end of Ramadan, and then the second one is 2 months after Ramadan.
Look at that.
Oh, okay.
So they have two Christmases, these fucking people.
Yeah.
Can you fucking believe it?
These people.
But why is it like Christmas? They give each other gifts or some shit?
I don't fucking.
I don't think it's. Like
Here's a
that.
burger.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, here's the what?
Here's a burger. and
Here's a
some
burger.
fries.
Here's some
You
sand.
can finally eat.
This smoke break is brought to you by YoDelta.com, the official Getting High sponsor of the Gas Digital Network.
Well, what's this shit you were talking about with Biden before?
Oh, you guys watched the debate?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
That was bad. We're fucked.
You guys haven't done an episode since this? Since the
No,
debate?
because we
We had to record quick.
Yeah, we did a pre-record last week.
The Democratic Party is committing elder abuse, 110%.
Yeah.
That's just
I
what
mean, they
it
don't
is.
give a shit. They just want to
No.
win.
There's a country in Africa, right? Where
There's a lot of countries in Africa.
there's a country, but there's a specific one. I can't remember. I just saw the flag, so I don't know what country it was.
Is it Niger?
Probably. That's probably why they put it.
What's the
because
flag?
The N-word's too close. It looked like a Venezuelan flag. It was like yellow in the middle, red stripes on the top and the bottom.
Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Okay.
There you go.
Look at this
Yeah.
guy.
It was it-
Fucking.
Yeah, that is right because it has that green
God
thing in the
damn
middle.
it, Danny.
This guy's a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
I watched World Cup,
This
man.
is my lifeline for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. If that show is still going.
He is.
Oh,
he
100%. If I'm ever on that show and I
Yeah.
get a phone call, Danny Polishchuk.
All right.
He is the
that
smartest
it?
person I know. That's Cameroon? No.
Yeah,
that
this
wasn't
is Cameroon.
Oh.
Did you mean Zimbabwe? Because that's also red and yellow.
it. Let me see the Zimbabwe one.
A lot of flags look the same. There's not a lot of originality
Yeah,
in flags.
no.
You run out of colors.
What happened in Zimbabwe, though?
Oh, anyway, so their version of a wake is they put the dead person on somebody's shoulders and then they just kind of dance them through
Like
the street.
chicken fight? Like that?
Yeah, like chicken style while they're dead.
Is that it?
That might be it.
That's
yeah,
a
I think that was
crazy
it.
fucking flag, dude.
So
That's
Not bad.
so they're just dancing this dead person through the crowd like, oh, this is one last time.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like the Democrats are doing with Biden
With
right
Biden,
now.
yeah.
They're
It's-
just parading this dead guy.
Well, they
around.
just need him to win. Who cares after? Like, literally, all he has to do is just make it to November.
You think
he'll
he's going to win? I mean,
Do I think he's going to win?
I respect your opinion on this stuff.
I mean, a lot can happen between now and November. Like, historically, debates do not really
Affect
predict
anything?
outcomes or whatever. Like,
Yeah, not since Nixon.
yeah, like they don't really. So, I mean, who knows? Like, what can happen? I mean,
I don't think they're gonna
famously,
run
like for the last election, the Hunter Biden laptop was like a week or whatever before. The one before that was like the grabbed by the pussy, all that shit. They,
didn't have
they
any-
drop,
had no
but they
effect.
drop all that stuff like the week before the election to kind of. So who knows what'll get dropped? But I mean, Trump seems to be winning. I think Kamala Harris is actually like overtaken Biden slightly
by
as
like 3 points or something.
yeah,
Like
as like the most likely to win the
She's
Democratic
running
nominee.
herself.
No, she's the vice president, but she's next in line.
Yeah. They ran the names of a couple people, basically. One of their polls.
Well, they have.
Dude, I don't know
there's
how
actual,
anybody
No, there's
could
actual
be-
betting markets where you can actually bet money on it.
I don't know how anybody can
On
be
when Biden's
supportive
gonna
of her.
die?
No,
She's
I mean you might be
horrible.
able to do that, but
There probably is.
let's
Are
see.
we sponsored by any betting companies? That would be the perfect time for
If we
plug.
get sponsored by DraftKings one day, that would be the best.
Love
That
DraftKings.
means we fucking made it.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
DoorDash.
No. Now it's by like it shifts so much. Biden's like away because Biden said straight up it switched, and then Biden's like, no, I'm not stepping down. So he's not stepping down. Again, his whole business is influence peddling. So
He needs to be in that position.
yeah, like everybody's like, oh, he met with Hunter Biden in the White House, and Hunter Biden's like, you got to run. You're like, fuck yeah, Hunter Biden wants you to run.
Yeah.
Who's gonna buy those $1 million paintings?
I heard his
That's
wife-
not the president.
I heard his wife is the one that's pushing him too, though.
That
She's the
too,
one,
because like
you know,
that's their family business.
What's
right?
crazy is
Who's
that
gonna
she-
pass a bill for $1 million worth of crack pipes?
Yeah, and she's a doctor, dude. Like, what the
Well,
fuck? It's
So is Bill Cosby.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
true.
come on.
Dr. Huxtable.
Yeah. Not even Dr. Huxtable. I mean,
was
I think
a-
they stripped him of
He
his
was a sleep doctor.
Just skipped. Yeah,
sleep doctor.
Yeah, he helped people.
What are those
Sleep
called?
Yeah, he worked with people who had narcolepsy,
Yeah.
sudden
Yeah.
narcolepsy.
But
yeah.
I
He
mean,
gave him narcolepsy.
it'll be close. I don't think it's gonna be like some runaway victory for Trump,
Right.
if he wins.
right.
Yeah, because each side has their own diehards.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens, they're always going to stick out. So
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
gonna-
there are a lot of people who are you've seen anecdotally who are like, yeah, fuck, I'm gonna vote for Trump now,
Right.
or like Biden's not good. But then there's a lot of people who are like, Biden sucks, and how could we run him? But then when it comes down to it, if they have to vote for Biden or Trump, they're still probably gonna.
Now
Vote
you
for Biden,
you
yeah.
can't vote.
I can't vote. No.
Yeah. Would you? If you could?
Maybe. I don't
Probably
know.
not.
Maybe.
Do you still vote in Canada? Do you like mail your ballot in?
No.
I was.
No. The last time I voted was.
I felt like he did that shit.
2015.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
Nah.
how long has Trudeau been in office for?
Since 2015, since the first time I voted.
Is that
for him.
even legal though? It's fucking 10 years now.
It's different in Canada. They don't have term limits.
Really?
No.
So he can be there forever.
Yeah, but the difference in Canada is like there's multiple parties. So here you have to essentially have a majority you have to win like the electoral college. They don't have that. So you can like the last time he got elected a few years ago, he only won like 30% of the vote.
And still won?
He still won because he made a deal with there's like two left-wing, similar to what's happening in France right now. There's like two left-wing parties, but there's only one right-wing party, really. So then I think the right-wing party probably got a similar amount of votes, but he made a deal with the left-wing party for them to like combine governments to essentially have enough votes to.
But he stays in power.
So he stays in power, but there's an election next year, and he will definitely not win. His like approval ratings
Through the roof? I mean, through
it's
through
like-
the in
yeah,
the toilet?
floorboards.
I mean, why? What's happening in Canada? What's the big deal?
What's happening in Canada? High inflation, which is happening a lot of places. A real big issue in Canada right now is that they're like bringing in too many immigrants, essentially. But I know like everybody says that in other countries. But so Canada's a small country.
I mean,
Canada's a small country.
Derek is rock hard right now.
Wait. You said Canada's a small country?
It's only 40 million. Well, 41 million now.
Oh, in population.
Population.
Yeah,
right?
but
I
there's a
thought
lot
you
of.
said land
So
mass.
they did this thing where basically you could get permanent residency if you went to college, which is the same thing Trump's actually said recently. Trump's like first day in office is like, if you go for this next time around, he's like, if you go do a 2-year college, I don't care where you go.
You graduate, you're
The
good.
moment you graduate, you have a green card.
Oh, those
Right?
colleges,
But so the thing, what
colleges about
happened in
to fill
Canada
up.
is they offered a similar thing. And then all these fake colleges started popping up in like strip malls.
Get the fuck
I
out
was
of
just
here.
thinking
Everywhere.
that shit. I swear to God.
Dude, everywhere, right? So then what happened is they didn't have a cap on the amount of people who could go to them. And so these private colleges were just like cleaning the fuck up because people from all over the world were coming in.
Let me ask a question.
But the main
giving
issue,
you a
but here's
Hold on,
the
wait.
the main issue is that there's not enough housing.
Okay.
Like, housing takes time to build.
Right, right.
And there's not enough, and so they're like,
And they're
bringing in
basically
a-
just going to build more projects anyway. That's what.
No,
that's
no,
what's gonna-
no. It's not even that. It's just like there's so much red tape to build like a new whatever, any sort of housing or apartment building or whatever, and then they bring in 1 million new people in a year, and they're just like, there's nowhere to put them. So then it's driving up the housing.
Do these
market.
colleges still exist?
Yeah, but they just put they still exist, but they just put a cap on it, like maybe a month or two.
Natalie,
ago.
can you find out if a Canadian college degree works in America?
What do you mean?
Just,
course it
just
does.
it does.
What do you mean works?
Derek's just trying
Works
to get
for
his
what?
degree.
I'm just trying to get a fucking degree here. That's all I'm trying
What
to
do
do.
you mean works? What is that?
Like, does it transfer
Basically,
over?
you guys
'Cause I
just
know-
as
Yeah, I
smart
mean,
as us
again,
after you
it's-
graduate.
I know if you're like a dentist in South America, you
Oh,
have to go to
you're saying
school
if
again.
you're
Licenses.
your professional licensing, yeah, that's different.
Okay.
Like it's
don't-
money. What's the difference?
What's
like,
that?
Like $1. What's
Well, here's the thing. You can.
Is
you
it
know,
worth
you
half
could go
of
to
American or-
Waterloo, which is like probably one of the best like computer science schools or whatever, where like tons of Google employees like they go and Google will be like, if you went to Waterloo, we want to hire you.
Right.
But if you're like when I was a kid, I had a family friend who she was like a doctor in Russia, and she moved to Canada, and it took her like 12 years
To become a doctor
to
again.
become a doctor again because they just don't accept it. Like
Right.
they're just like whatever you guys are doing over there.
So it doesn't have to be an accredited college. They just go to
Well, it's
2 years.
the
in any
employer.
college.
Like the employer decides whether that's a college they want to hire from.
No,
Like,
I mean
employer-
for the green card thing. Like all these fake schools.
So I
popped
don't know
up.
how Trump. I think Trump was kind of just like that was an idea he has, but like the thing is, they're doing that in Canada now. Maybe they're able to manage like the system of colleges a little better, so that there aren't these like fucking fraudulent. But think about like University of Phoenix online. Like, does that count?
Yeah,
Like,
'cause
can
that's
you
what
go
I'm
to
saying.
University of Phoenix? Like, if you go
sometimes the credits don't transfer from those schools because
depending, or like DeVry, like can you go to DeVry for 2 years and you have a green card? Because DeVry is going to have like the biggest boom in
In history.
ever. Does
That's
DeVry
what I
still
mean, 'cause
exist?
DeVry? I don't know. Check it out. Natalie, bring up DeVry.com. Let's try to register me. Let's register me. Right.
But you already have a degree.
Yeah, I got associates.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Community college, baby.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, so you can go to DeVry.
A
That's
business
still there.
degree.
Yeah. There you
The
go.
future begins at DeVry.
It looks like you're gonna rent a car.
That looks like one of your
It
cousins.
does look like
Gio.
Hertz.
Yeah.
It does look like a Hertz rental.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, so you can go to.
Wait, with classroom preferences, highest degree earned. Oh my god.
Yeah, so you can go. Yeah.
Online. Here
But
we
again,
go.
I don't know if he counts as DeVry. But if DeVry, like, I don't think DeVry doesn't accept
Your
people.
future begins.
I've been
bro.
Like
saying
if you have
for
a GED,
years-
like you can go to DeVry.
DeVry,
Like,
yeah,
and I don't know if you have.
I have a
some-
GED.
Yeah, if you have some equivalent
They-
from.
Do they have that in Canada, GED?
What's
it called?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A good enough diploma.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go to. I wanted to go to college for a while, and people who have degrees were like, "Don't do it.
It's
Just
a
don't.
waste.
It's a
Unless you're
waste."
doing
I
It is a
mean,
waste now, yeah.
for what?
Yeah,
Like,
if you're doing a
well,
specialty thing, it's different. You're trying to be
If
a
you
vet
just
or
want to
something.
be smarter, like, dude, you can now go do most of like MIT undergrad for free. Like MIT literally just put out their whole.
Columbia will take you if you have if you're a convicted felon. You could like get in. They have a
I don't know why that would.
They have a program.
Oh, like where they actually give you like actual like
schooling,
make it a
and
little
you
easier
go
to
for
get
you
in.
go for free.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you
yeah.
can go do like a undergraduate at Harvard. Like, you don't end up with a diploma, but you can go do the whole coursework if you want to just learn that shit.
I feel like I'm not going to do that now. I think I'm going to just try to get on disability.
Is that
I
the-
tried.
It's not hard.
That's
Yeah.
a way
tried.
different thing.
Yeah, I'm going to do
Yeah,
that.
you're like, go to college or just get on disability.
Yeah,
Just get money for nothing.
I'm so tired of working. Like,
Yeah.
I can't.
What are you
Fucking
thinking?
milk
Like
the
maybe get
system.
hit by a bus?
No,
or
I
something?
already have disabilities,
Yeah.
but they're getting worse.
like mental.
Like you can't wink because that whatever the fuck that was. That's a
Derek,
disability too.
Derek, your doctor already told you ED is not a disability.
I'm losing my voice. No,
voice is cracking
ED
That's not a
causes
disability.
anxiety and
Imagine
panic
that
attacks.
shit.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
that you can get disability for ED.
You probably could.
Nah.
I can't get hard.
My
bro.
left ear is like I'm going to be
I
completely.
can't get hard, and my left ear keeps ringing.
Well, I
Are they
do have
connected?
tinnitus. I have tinnitus, but hearing in my left ear is just getting worse and worse and
What
worse.
side of the bed do you sleep on?
Does that matter?
Yeah, like if you're facing the bed, what side of the bed do you sleep on?
I sleep
I sleep on
facing
the
up.
left side.
You sleep on the left side on your
If
left
I'm
ear?
facing the bed, yeah.
So she's on your left?
She's on my left, yeah.
Okay.
Why? What's that have to? Oh, it's just her talking my ear off.
There we go. I mean, it took him a second. I was like, how long is it take Derek to get there? This is.
I'm mad slow.
He kept asking questions. Like,
But also not the worst not the worst thing in the
Yeah,
world.
those
Not the
edibles
worst
kick
ear
in.
in the world to go deaf.
Does edibles kick in for you?
I didn't take any.
Oh
Yeah.
I thought we was taking
GED
them
right
together.
there.
I got to go fucking teach after this. I got to be in public. I'll wait till I get home. I just wanted you to have a good time, buddy.
So you guys need edibles to have a good time with us? Is that what you're saying?
No, not
Nah,
me.
I just need drugs.
I'm
to,
having a great time.
You know, not think about suicide and shit.
There you go.
For real?
43 minutes.
Because those make me think about suicide so fucking much.
No, I think about death a lot. Not suicide, but more death.
I do feel like, though, I can be like, because I need a hearing aid
Yeah.
in my left ear, 110%. Like, if there's like a fan going on or like TV and someone's literally like 5 feet away from me and like that's the side facing them, I can't hear shit.
Well,
that
I
they
mean,
say.
the hearing aid technology is pretty good right now.
Yeah, they'll get me a good hearing aid, but
My friend's deaf comic and he has a joke about it, but like he's like 100 years ago, I would have been the guy with the fucking cone in his ear.
The horn, the xylophone horn.
how deaf is he?
Very deaf.
It's like,
Yeah. He was like, no. DJ Damaris. He's like a very popular comic. He lives in LA, but he's from Canada. But no, he's pretty deaf. Like if he takes his hearing aids out, and even with his if you're anywhere that's noisy, like
also his hearing
basically
aids
like
are
if he
good.
can't see your lips moving, he can't hear you.
For real.
Yeah, I got like 3 cousins that are deaf. One is half deaf, so he just talks weird. So he'd be like, "Duck my dick, nigga." Like he just that's he can't say suck. He's like, "Duck my dick."
Duck
my
you.
dick, yeah.
Duck you, air toe.
And then sometimes I had my cousin's husband would fuck with him because his hearing aid battery will be low, and you'll be talking to him and he'll just you to death, but he's not hearing a fucking single word. But to not be rude, he's like there. And then my cousin will realize that he's not really paying attention. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna suck my dick, right?" And my cousin's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in your butt.
Oh,
You
for
don't-
sure.
You don't like it, you little. He's
For
like,
sure.
yeah, word. That's what's up, yo. That's what's up.
I got a buddy of mine who was banging a deaf guy. He was clapping cheeks, right?
Wait, two gay
hold on.
dudes.
No, yeah, two
Oh,
gays.
this is another-
One was,
we've
one
had
was
this-
deaf. Yeah, one was deaf, getting hit, and the guy who was getting hit, his boyfriend came home,
Oh,
and he couldn't warn him, like they couldn't, like, he didn't see him, so he couldn't warn him that the guy was coming in the house, and sure, that's how they got caught.
Bro, that's gotta be some of the most. That's so traumatic. Just thinking about it. You're deaf and you have a cock in your ass sliding in and out of you. Your boyfriend comes home and the guy who's having his way with you can't
wait.
warn
So
you.
who was the guy doing the pounding? Saw him?
No, the guy getting pounded saw out the window, and he was trying to turn to tell the guy, but he thought the guy
He's just
was
holding him
such a
down.
good
He's like,
job.
"Keep your fucking
that
face
the
on
guy
the
was
pillow,
just
you
squirming, but he couldn't tell him. Yeah, wild, right?
So there's our clip for the week right there. That's our clip, 100%.
Oh
Jesus
man,
Christ.
dude! But that's the funniest shit is watching when my cousins used to argue.
Deaf?
Dude, yeah, the deaf one, because they one is just like one you can hear, and the other one, "I mean, you stupid dumb nick, and then the
And
other,
what, they're arguing in sign?
yeah.
You got to get a video of that shit, bro.
Seeing somebody sign like aggressively fast is always interesting to watch.
Yeah, they'll be like,
You know, speaking of abuse against disabled people, Jorge assaulted a disabled person
What'd you do?
about a week or two
What'd he
ago,
do?
right? Go ahead, get on the mic.
what happened?
Get on the
My
mic.
mic does not count.
Why?
Okay.
How does he not count?
He does not count. He brings it on himself.
Yeah,
So you're
I'll tell you.
blaming the victim.
I'll tell you
Blaming
what.
the victim.
He never saw it coming.
Wow.
can we?
Maybe you can go
Yo,
on
Jorge.
disability for those jokes.
Jorge, what happened for you getting me a drop that has a loud boo, like a crowd collective boo? We need that.
So that wasn't that bad. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it was.
No, but we
it
still
wasn't
need
great.
one. We still need a gunshot and a boo.
now,
Oh, dude, speaking of deaf people, did you guys ever see this movie, A Quiet Place?
Yes.
Have you ever
No, I
seen
haven't
it?
seen
who's
no.
in that?
Isn't there a new one?
Goofy, Emily
There's 2 of
Blunt.
them.
Yeah,
There's
the
another
new one just
coming
came
The
out.
third one.
Yeah, I saw that. I went with this girl to see it.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, the newest one just came out.
Yeah, the newest one. So
John Krasinski from The Office.
yeah, the goofy guy, Jim.
Oh, it's like a horror, right?
And-
Yeah.
and
Jim's the
Emily
goofy
Blunt.
guy?
Yeah, goofy ass Jim.
Dwight's the goofy guy.
No, he's the fucking like the
Dwight's
nerd.
No, Dwight's the man, dude.
Yeah, I didn't like him at
Fucking
first, and I
fucking
realized
love
he
that
was
guy,
the
dude.
funniest guy on that
Yeah,
show.
he's the best.
Rainn Wilson.
Rainn Wilson, yes.
But so in the beginning, it was like a white family, right? And they had 2 movies, and then they decided to make not like a prequel, but it was just like going on at the same time. And the whole premise of the movie is there's these aliens that just invade Earth, and they can't see or smell. They could just go off of sound, right? So everybody just has to be quiet. and they're like, all right, we're gonna make a new movie and we're gonna make it woke, and we're gonna put a black woman in this movie, the loudest person in the world, to be the star of a movie where you can't make noise.
Who was it? Who played it?
Lupita Matumbo.
Lupita.
Lupita Matumbo from 12 Years a Slave.
I have no idea who that is.
The
She was
Bald
in,
chick?
yeah.
So they all died in like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, she was dead within the
they
opening
put on one
credits.
movie and everybody just started talking.
He touched my hair, and it was over.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, look,
Trying real hard not to talk.
the whole time she had to cover her mouth because it was so hard for her not
That
to
kind
talk.
of reminds me of that fucking Bird Box.
I went with a black girl to watch
Yeah,
it.
but Bird Box was the blind thing.
You can't see. You couldn't. Yeah, you had to go out with a blindfold.
So, like my idea was like, what if you have to like, because like anything, like you could drop, like if I drop my vape, these fucking aliens hear it and they come to that sound.
Do you see the aliens in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta check
They're
this
they're
out.
fucking huge. They're fucking fast as shit. They look
Yeah.
kind of like Demogorgons or whatever. Like
Right.
they're like the weird alien shit. But I'm like, yo, what if you have to like fart or take a shit? Like, what do you do at that? Or you sneeze, something like involuntary.
You die.
I just want to say I love that about
But you have
12
to
minutes
shit
ago we
every
were
day.
talking politics. And
Yeah.
now we're talking about taking a shit so an alien doesn't hear you.
Yeah.
But that's
This is we really
serious
cover the
question.
gamut here.
We cover all bases on this podcast. This
This is more interesting than what's going on in the country.
This is a this is a political podcast. It's a patriotic podcast. It's a reform. It's a social.
Oh, we didn't do
podcast.
Geo After Dark this episode.
And we could do it on the paywall.
Yeah, what's Geo After Dark?
Say the N-word a lot?
It's just conspiracies.
Just sign the N-word. You know what the sign language is for the N-word?
Dude, remember when you had that show?
Did you just do it right now? You just did that?
No.
Yo, you just that's
I mean, that's the
crazy.
worst time to scratch your eye.
Yeah, word. I'm like, this is how you said the N-word dance. Like,
Who decides that?
Yeah.
It's like
I think like the
sign
American
language
Society of
Have
Do
we-
they have to have that discussion?
Have we proven this already or no?
yeah, we showed
have.
it on.
We have. All right.
We showed it. It was
I
on
don't-
Urban
I
Dictionary.
didn't remember.
That is wild that they
was
got
a picture.
together and they're like, hey, how do we sign
How
this
is
racial
that?
slur?
How does that not taken off?
What the sign for N-word?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
for like all the racist white guys
like
who
the white
can't
power.
say it, and then they could just.
I
you
do
know.
it. I do it about 14, 15 times a day.
I'm gonna do it in every picture now.
That's
Now you
true,
think
right?
about
Because
it,
wasn't
I'm doing every
the
picture.
OK sign?
Yeah, remember
in
the
there?
OK
Yeah,
sign
it was
or
like a
whatever?
big thing
White
for a while.
power. It was
Yeah.
white.
But it was like a 4chan.
A lot
It
of
was like a
people don't know
4chan
when John
gag
Cena
that-
does that. Double white power.
Yeah, it was well, yeah. I mean, Steph Curry does.
There's
it
the
all
new
time.
one.
Can't see me too.
What if you do two of them? Does that mean you're talking about a group of them?
It's
A gaggle.
Gaggle.
The ga-
Now I want to know if there's other ones for like other racial slurs. Like if they want to say
I think this is.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
Are you for sure? Are you sure?
I think that is.
just kind of making that up.
How would you do? How would you say? How would you do a Spanish one?
Indian is probably like this,
Dot head.
or something with smuggy armpits. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
everything you do
Jew
is
would
just
be like-
super.
No, that is Jew. I swear to God, that's Jew. That is Jew.
Is it?
Yeah, look it up. I swear to God, that is Jew. Jew.
Yo, that is
Oh, that is
funny.
hilarious.
Oh
Dude, I should get my
God.
cousin on the phone on FaceTime and be like, just ask him
How-
any racial slur.
Yeah,
How was
every
last night?
racial.
Who were you hanging out with? Wasn't great.
It was a lot of.
Yeah.
They changed it to chin instead
Oh,
of
the
nose.
chin
Chin?
instead-
Oh,
Yeah.
Jake,
Wow. Okay.
I'm getting evicted. Who's doing it?
who they kicking out?
Oh my God.
Who bought all the property downstairs?
Dude, the Chinese are buying up everything.
Dude, they own everything.
Everything.
Bro, they fucking own like probably like 30% of Billionaires Row.
They own
And
fucking
it's like
Carolines.
part. It's like part.
They
like
bought
30%.
Carolines.
Did they?
Did they? Yeah.
When you say
I thought it was like
they,
a.
like you're talking about like
was
Chinese nationals.
the
Hey,
Chinese.
did they turn
Was
like
it?
Carolines into
like
ping
a Chinese
pong?
company? Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was an not Arab, Middle Eastern guy who bought it.
I thought it was a Chinese, and then the
Well, are
Chinese.
they reopening it or they just bought the property?
No, they
They
just bought the property.
and they also bought the LOL that was on Broadway too, the old one.
I mean, that's
Buying comedy
The thing
clubs.
is they're not buying comedy clubs.
No, dude, they're buying comedy
hell
clubs. There's
no.
gonna be a Chinese comedian invasion, dude. I'm
Alright.
fucking telling you.
Oh, dude, I'm just gonna
be
go.
great.
Just to, I'll be there laughing.
You can
not understanding
pass.
a word.
You can
no, I'm not gonna
pass.
go
You-
perform. I'm gonna go watch.
I remember at
They're like, Gio, it's in Mandarin. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm
St.
just gonna
Mark's.
go watch.
St. Mark's, they do like they do Mandarin shows sometimes.
Get
You
the
ever see
fuck.
that? They'll do them at like
Oh,
5 o'clock or something, or like 4 p.m.
You
like
see
a,
Caravan, you're
I
doing
mean-
a guest spot on that. Yo, I gotta do a guest
No,
spot
it's like
on
a
this.
Mandarin
Wait, it's like
show.
in between studying and violin lessons?
I just
That's 5 o'clock
or whatever. But I remember like walking in one time before I got there earlier. I was like wrong time or something, and it was going on.
Do the voice. Do it.
No, they were speaking in Mandarin. Like
Yeah.
they weren't even with an
Go ahead.
accent. I can't
Give
do
me
it.
something.
But but I was just thinking it would be so funny if you're like I'm sitting in the back watching it and I'm laughing at all the stuff that's not the punchlines. Like they're just doing setups and I'm just laughing at how funny they sound.
Were people laughing?
Yeah.
Was there a big crowd?
packed, sold out?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna support their own.
I mean, there's so few, there's so little like
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you
a
know,
small
Mandarin.
network. Yeah.
Yeah.
comedy shows in Mandarin that like it's probably
I know a lot of
Brown-
people who go
uh,
to China to do comedy in English.
Brown
Well, there's a
people
lot
and
of
Chinese
expats
people
there.
support their people a lot.
Who?
Brown people and Chinese people. Asian people.
Yeah,
Like if you're a certain Asian and you're a comedian, oh, let's go see this guy.
Dude, in India, like they only have comedy fairly recently, but a lot of people speak English there. But comedy is like a fairly recent thing, and like it's like a common thing for some guy who's been doing comedy for
A year
not
to
that
blow
long
up.
or whatever. But they'll be like every
Selling
video,
out
is like
arenas.
but
Theaters.
no, but
Yeah.
it's like every video is like 20 million.
Sahib was telling me that last night. He's like, dude, if you pop over there, if you get in the
it's
Indian algorithm, it's a wrap.
Insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
you're making and they come out to see it.
Dude,
too.
you master your mom's voice.
I mean,
it's over.
It's
Stadiums.
It's a country that's
Do your mom's
5
voice?
times
My
the
mom's?
size.
If you do, if you're Indian or Asian and you do mom voice,
Oh,
you're selling out arenas. That's you're setting yourself up.
It's probably five times. It's 5 times the population. Like there's probably as many.
All you got to do is relatable jokes.
yeah, and
There's
I'm
Dominicans
sure
that do
there's
that.
500 million
Yeah.
fairly well off people there. Like
Yeah.
it's not like
Oh yeah.
Not everybody.
Yeah.
Not everything's a slumdog millionaire.
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of Dominicans that do that. They're comedians, but they only pander to the Hispanic crowd or
Yeah.
like Dominican crowd,
Yeah.
which is good because they'll
Well,
travel the
if
country.
it's specifically Dominican, that seems like a small.
But it's relatable to different
Like all,
nationalities.
because
So
all
it's
Spanish people know all the things
Yeah.
about Dominicans and
Yeah.
yeah.
So like they're
Like
they'll
the
be all
Spanish
in
hierarchy?
Miami. Yeah.
You know,
Dominicans are number 1 right now, just so you guys know that.
according to
in
you.
baseball.
Top. And baseball.
mean,
in
in
the
life?
Latin world. In the Latin world. We're
Is
the
that
top.
true?
That's
We-
not true.
we
There's
took
no
not-
way
Not
that's
like
true.
the actual like.
No,
We
no,
kind of
no.
took
Spaniards,
over.
they're
There's no way that's true.
Caribbean.
We're more
Caribbean
popular.
Spaniards.
We're the
Cubans-
go-to
Are
when
you
you
just
make
talking
a
about
Latin
Bad? Are you just
joke.
talking about Bad Bunny?
Puerto Rican is hack.
No, Bad Bunny's Puerto Rican.
Oh,
Bad Bunny's Puerto Rican.
I
He is
can't-
one of the
I
big
can't tell the
artists.
difference.
Yeah.
So the Cubans at one time were the Cubans still think they're very Cubans are very,
Very proud,
racist. Yeah,
yeah.
they're proud.
Everybody's racist.
They were
yeah.
on the Trump train from the beginning.
I told you I used to work with this Cuban guy when I was working in that hotel. His name was Mario Suarez. He looked like a regular white guy, but he had a very thick Spanish accent. He was so mad. He's like in Cuba I was white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like I
Dude,
come here now I'm
Yeah, for sure.
Hispanic.
The
Well, he probably-
closeted
his ancestry is probably
the closeted homosexual that I used to sell drugs for had a big ass swastika. I've said this.
Oh, yeah, the
plenty of
Cuban-
times.
yeah.
He has a big ass swastika.
Well, he got locked up in Germany.
He did 5 years in
He
Germany.
was property of
Yeah.
That's rough.
Of the
yeah.
A lot of
that's sign language for the Germans.
this is crazy.
Or it's this. I think this is. I think that's
He was getting his ass wore out. Damien, let's do plugs. Where can the people find you?
My website, DamienSperanza.com. Damien S. Comedy on Instagram. I'll be in Little Rock at Looney Bin on the 14th. 25th, I'll be at Funny Stop in Ohio. And 31st, I'll be in Chattanooga, Tennessee at Comedy Catch.
Damn, you're getting around this month.
Trying.
My guy.
Trying.
Little Rock, Arkansas. A lot of Bloods and Crips out there. Be
Is
careful.
that true?
There was at one time. There
I
was
guess
a,
they're kind of having.
there was a
everywhere.
documentary
Are there a lot
back
of
in
Bloods
the day
and Crips
called,
here
called Little Rock.
in New York.
In New York, yeah, there's more
Everything's here.
there's
Yeah, it
more
started in the
Bloods
Bronx.
than Crips now.
9 Trey gangsters.
Yeah, the Crips are definitely I feel more violent than the Bloods though because there's so many there's less of them.
There's more.
Yeah.
They became more popular during like the Lil Wayne era. Everybody wanted to be a Blood.
Yeah.
And then all these like drill rappers
all
who were
Crips,
Crips.
yeah.
So now all of a sudden everybody wants to be Crips now.
Yeah.
So that's
Crips are the
new
blue
trend.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue, purple.
Snoop Dogg.
I love the whole thing where they're not allowed to use the letter in anything.
That's
Yeah.
the Bloods.
I
And
thought
that's
it's
some
both
of
of
them.
them.
Nah. Well, yeah, they don't use. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I mean, as far as like when they talk, like Crips don't like change out the letters when they talk.
Oh, but
like Bloods would do that. They're like,
Bloods
oh,
do
the bop it, the block,
Yeah.
block it, blick,
Yo, I just want to congratulate you for graduating for graduating college.
My girl's acting like a
Crazy.
my girl's acting like a fucking bunt right now. It's getting on my fucking nerves.
That's a lot of effort.
She ain't trying to
avoid
give
all
me
that.
She ain't trying to
Yeah,
give me no
yeah.
Bucci right now.
There
you
was
know?
a battle rapper who he's dead now.
It's a cattle
from
rapper.
Canada. Yeah, cattle rapper. He was from Canada. He's from I think Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, or something
what
like
was his
that.
name again?
His name was Pat Stay.
Pat Stay, yeah, yeah.
But he had an idea for an app for bloods that would
Was
it
this
would
a bar?
it would automatically change the C to a B, and he's like we'll call it decrypted.
Decrypted.
Poor bastard. Somebody killed him. Somebody stabbed him to death while he was breaking up a fight. Danny, where can the people find you? Tell us what you got going on.
Danny jokes everywhere, and Boys Cast every Friday. When does this come out?
Thursday midnight.
Thursday, so you're gonna miss it. But Low Value Mail every Monday night, every Tuesday night. The Bathhouse got Lisa Ann on tomorrow night.
Ooh, porn star.
Oh, you do it Tuesdays now?
Yeah, Tuesdays 9 p.m.
Still at the
Just
stand?
you and her?
No, Brett Raybold and somebody else.
Okay. Who?
I can't think of right now.
You still doing it at the stand?
Yep. Live from the Stand Comedy Club.
Live from the Stand Comic Club. Greatest comedy club in the country. Go ahead, Gio.
You could catch me this Friday at Rodney's, opening up for Karen Feehan, 7:30. It's going to be a great show. Also, August 9th, I'll be headlining the Hudson Valley Comedy Festival. I don't know where the fuck that shit is at, but follow me on Instagram.
It's in Hudson Valley.
New York.
But specifically.
Pacifically. I
Specifically.
specifically said.
And September 27th to 29th, we'll be at Skankfest. Come out, check that out.
Oh, also
Yes, we will.
Oh, that's
If
exciting.
you got drugs, if you're a viewer, a loyal viewer, please just bring shrooms. Give me shrooms and acid. That's all I ask for.
All right.
I was headlining this weekend, but it has been canceled. So there. Use code OTG if you are not already subscribed to get access to our paywall episode and thousands of other episodes. And Natalie, Jorge, go ahead.
Natalie DeChico edits on Instagram. Also, we're live now. When you were like, when does this come out?
Oh,
they're hearing it
no,
now.
no,
So.
it comes out on YouTube on Thursday.
Right.
But,
But if there's
Racist
something you
live
got
chat.
immediately coming up,
We'll
they'll
see
hear
you tonight and tomorrow.
yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Jorge? Nothing? And we on anything else, buddy?
That's it. Let's wrap it up.
All right. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having me.
on the
Appreciate
cage.
it, man.
You can stay if you want for the paywall.